we discussed this in the earlier segment of the program, but it would be we would be well suited to raise this issue once again, and that is the division between the Clintonites and the Obamaites. Now, I just saw Charles Barkley in an interview with the local Fox affiliate say, "Hey, this is dumb. There is no division. Either you're a Democrat or you're not." And I guess that is precisely the message that Hillary Clinton has to bring to this convention tonight.
Absolutely, Gary, and I couldn't agree with Barkley anymore. My cam's not started. No, I couldn't agree with him any more than that. I think that Barkley is right on, as was our previous guest, John Loeb from New York, was certainly right on in the same assessment. Again, that the people who are out there trying to cause a division, we need to know what their agenda is. I mean, a true Democrat is going to vote for a Democrat. And I can't imagine that being a true Democrat, staying home in an election of this magnitude, particularly with the feeling in the country right now, certainly on the congressional level in both the House and the Senate, that you see in so many of the districts and state races that the wins are certainly going towards the Democrats. It would be very difficult to believe that they will not cast their vote all the way to the top of the ticket if they are going to vote in their local or statewide elections and vote Democrat and not carry that forward. I find that very difficult to believe just because of some bruised feelings. I mean, this is a race. There were a number of people in it on the start. It ended up as a two-person race between Obama and Clinton. And in the end, it was Obama that came out on top. And I think the Hillary Clinton people have to understand that it was a fair fight and get on with being a Democrat, or stop saying that you're a Democrat and you won't vote for the Democratic candidate. You're either a Democrat or you're not.
This is Paltalk's live continuing coverage, gavel-to-gavel coverage of the Democratic National Convention here in Denver. In a moment, we're going to be joining Steny Hoyer, the Democratic Majority Leader, Congressman from Maryland. But for the moment, my friend and colleague Alan Jacey is joining me to analyze this election. And you point that the polls are trending toward the Democrats coming into this election. I've read polls that indicate that undecided, unaffiliated individuals would tend to vote Democratic over Republican by about 10%. But then when you look at the poll that really matters, and that is the presidential election poll, we see that John McCain and Barack Obama are at this point at a virtual dead heat. How do you explain this discrepancy, and does this suggest that the Democrats, Alan Jacey, are in essence, or let me rephrase this, that the Obama-Biden ticket is in essence 10 points behind?
Gary, the one thing we look at these national pollings, and again, there's samples of people across the country. What I was looking at earlier was, and a site that I go to quite frequently is realclearpolitics.com, and on there I was looking more at the state polling. And again, they give a breakdown that goes by state, battleground, who's ahead, what the trend is. And I really think that gives a much more accurate trend line to where the polling is. I'm looking at that right now. Again, if the election was held today, if you go by the polls, if they were accurate, then Obama would win 274 to 263 or 265. Again, that's if it was held today. Now, there are a number of battleground states, and that's also hard to determine because some of these things are where that is that if there is No real significant difference today that there would be in November. And of course, that could change because you never know what could happen nationally, internationally. You know, we saw that McCain got a very good bump while Obama was on vacation with the Russian-Georgia conflict. So, you know, these things certainly can change. You know, polls we've seen, you know, flipping back and forth. You know, when McCain won the nomination or clinched the nomination, I mean, he never really got the big bump either. Obama never got a big bump when he clinched the nomination over McCain. So, yeah, I think this is really, to harken back to our guest yesterday, John Farah, that it's very difficult that, you know, I think while people in the parties are comfortable with the top of the ticket, I don't think either one is getting all the love and 100% support that they normally would get. You know, certainly Kerry got in 2004 got unfiltered support from the Democratic Party. In 2000. Gore did. Bush in both 2000, obviously in 2004 as an incumbent. You know, the party rallied around him. We still see a lot of infighting in both the and warnings, particularly with McCain on who his VP pick would be. You know, we still see that there's still a lot of mistrust, I think, with both candidates. So, you know, it's going to come down to those independents because I just I don't see how you know, either candidate's going to break that 45 deadlock without that 10% of the independents.
Alan JC is joining me here, our political